The wind screamed across the rooftop like a warning no one could hear. Zoya stood frozen at the brink of the terrace wall, her feet barely gripping the concrete. The city below spun like a nightmare, lights blurred, cars shrank into dots, and death felt terrifyingly close. Her dupatta lashed violently around her face as she clung to Horace's wrist with both hands. "Please, don't do this," she sobbed. "I won't say anything, I swear on Allah, I won't tell Taya Abu, please." Her voice cracked under the weight of fear. Horace didn't loosen his grip. His fingers dug painfully into her arm, cold and merciless. His face showed no hesitation, only fury, raw and ugly. "You enjoy reporting me, don't you?" he spat, "telling Baba every detail of my life. My habits, my mistakes. Who gave you that right?" Zoya shook her head desperately. Tears streamed down her cheeks, blurring her vision. "I was only worried, I thought." "Enough," he snapped. "You think you're my guardian now?" Her arm burned, her shoulder screamed in agony. "I'll fall, please, I'll die," she whispered, barely breathing. A cruel curve touched Horace's lips. "Maybe that wouldn't be so bad," he said flatly. "At least then I'd have peace." With deliberate slowness, he relaxed his grip. Zoya screamed, her heart stopped. "Please, Horace, bye. I'll apologize. I'll say I lied. I'll beg Baba. Just pull me back." Her terror fed his anger. He leaned closer, forcing her further over the edge. "Say it clearly," he demanded. "You'll never interfere in my life again. I swear, never, please." In one violent motion, he yanked her backward. Zoya collapsed onto the floor, gasping, clutching her throat as her body shook uncontrollably. She couldn't stop crying, couldn't stop trembling. Horace stood over her, towering like a judge who had spared a life without mercy. "I'm letting you live because I don't want trouble," he warned. "But remember this, if you ever complain about me again, I won't stop next time." He turned and walked away. Even after he was gone, fear lingered in the air like poison. Zoya sat there long after, hugging her knees, silent tears soaking her sleeves. She hadn't meant any harm. She had only spoken out of concern. If her parents were alive, she swallowed hard. No one would dare hurt her like this. The morning after, breakfast felt like punishment. The table was filled, yet suffocatingly quiet. Zoya's eyes were swollen, her hands trembling as she stared at her plate. Across from her, Usman Sahab folded his newspaper slowly. Horace walked in casually, keys jingling, confidence intact. "Where were you last night?" his father asked calmly. "Out," Horace replied, unfazed. "At 3 in the morning. Usman Sahab's tone sharpened. "The guard told me everything." Horace's gaze flicked toward Zoya. She didn't look up. "So now I need permission to breathe," Horace snapped. "And what about dragging Zoya to the terrace?" Usman Sahab asked. What was that about? Zoya's heart raced. If she spoke now, everything would explode. "It was nothing," she said quickly. "He needed help with something." "I was slow." Horace stared at her, shocked. Usman Sahab didn't look convinced, but he didn't push further. Instead, he delivered his verdict. "No car, no cards, limited expenses, until you fix your behavior." Horace erupted. "You're punishing me because of her." "She is my responsibility," Usman Sahab thundered. "And you are losing yourself." Horace stormed out, throwing Zoya one final look filled with hatred. "I'll remember this," he muttered. Zoya lowered her head as tears slipped silently down her face. Usman Sahab placed a gentle hand on her head. "Don't be afraid, Beta." But Zoya was afraid, because she knew this wasn't the end. This was only the beginning.